Welcome to the Green Wasp Removal YouTube channel. In this episode, we continue training and mentoring the Manchester University Wasp Survey Team on September 21st, 2023, as they remove another Eastern Yellowjacket ground nest and collect all the live wasp specimens for Venom Immunotherapy, or VIT. This was a large nest with a lot of larvae, pupae, and multiple queens. There was one foundress queen that had started the nest and several new queens that were born in the nest as reproductives that will mate in the fall and then hibernate over winter and start new nests in the spring. The team captured them all, and we'll show you the entire process from start to finish. Let's take you back now to September 21st of 2023 at the beginning of this job. Thanks for riding along with us today. Enjoy the show. All right, it's September 21st, 2023. Trey is doing a species ID right now on a ground nest in North Manchester. Today's team is Trey and Katie and Braden. Good morning. What we're going to do is figure out what species we have here by capturing one and getting close-up images of it. That is how we identify these. Our guess is that we have another Maculifrons nest. That's Eastern Yellowjacket, Vespula Maculifrons. However, it could be Vespula Squamosa, which is the southern yellowjacket. Here we go. Great. All right, so once we get him in there, you're going to see that he's going to blast him with a little bit of gas, and that gas will knock him out in just a couple of seconds. He usually just gives it a few short bursts and then just lets it sit. And it'll sit there and the gas will eventually affect it. And you can step up and see. What will happen is the wasp, as you can see here, is starting to go unconscious. And once you see it get unconscious like this, you can open it up and dump it into the cap. And then we're going to take a close-up look at it. And the only reason we knock it out is because it's much easier than trying to see it while it's flying around. Okay, so we're going to look at the back pattern.
That's Maculifrons.
Okay, Braden, come over to my side. All the way around here if you can. That is what identifies this species as a Maculifrons. Sometimes it takes a while to get them out because they're not quite physically active yet. They have a difficult time with cooler weather. It slows their metabolism down, and they go into kind of a non-motion. There we go. So you see on the screen, it's a little easier to see them that way. They're pouring out now just like they should. Keep stomping, guys, it's working. Yeah, it's going to be a sizable nest. Braden, if they land on anyone you see, just shove them away. Don't smash them, because that spreads the pheromone around. Just flick them away. Same with your gloves. All right, give it a few more stomps. There you go. They're still coming out solid when you stomp, so keep it up. Yeah, it's a steady flow, guys. Keep it up. So what you see here is stomping, and the reason we do this is because it brings out the wasp in a more efficient way. They respond to the vibration and they respond to the noise, and that makes it a little easier to collect them as they come out. See here they are quite active during that stomping. This is a defensive reaction that's instinctual. And that's why these can be quite dangerous, because they are often invisible in the ground until someone walks by. A child playing or a lawnmower, and they can come out and attack in force. It's going to be a high population nest. Yeah, still quite a few coming out, guys. Trey, would you grab the scope cam that's in the passenger side of the truck? Yeah. And then train braiding on the scope. We have a fiber optic scope cam, and that's helpful in a ground nest for two reasons. We can both see where the wasps are coming from underground, and we can kind of help navigate where the nest is. And the other reason is it just stirs them up, makes them come out when we probe it with the fiber optic cable cam. So that makes it nice. It's a very bright light on that camera, and they'll attack the light, and it'll cause a defensive reaction. So when it slows down after the initial rush comes out, you just start probing it, and you can get more of them to come out. Yeah, they get smart, and they're not willing to come out anymore. That's where we probe it, and that'll make them come out again. Over there. Turn it on. So there are a lot of buttons. Most important ones are going to be the mode. We'll change it from picture mode to video format. And then they're going to want to press this white dot up here. So then it starts recording, and it should be a red dot right down here. And you have the brightness of the light on the lens. You can change with the sun here. You don't really need that. And then you can change from a front view or a side view by pressing this button that's on the USB. Actually, I'm going to go. So what we're going to do, Braden, is give it kind of nice straighten it out a little bit. And we're just going to, first thing we're going to do is slowly, about an inch or two into the tunnel, let it go in slow because it takes a while for the focus to come into play with this. So just let it kind of drop right in. Make sure we're on front mode. Check if you see that light. And if you do, just send it down here. And then you can navigate by looking at the screen. Okay. So what we want you to do is go kind of down into the tunnel very slowly, because it'll take a bit to get focus. And you just sort of probe out that tunnel until you get a good clean shot with good focus. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult. Eventually you'll find a spot. There you go. Hold it right there. That looks great. That's good and clean. Try to go a little bit closer toward the tunnel so you can see further down it, but that's a good spot to be. angle it till you find an ability to look down the tunnel. And that can be challenging at times. You can pull back a little bit, or you can go forward a little bit, whatever gives you the best view. There you go, that looks good. Keep it right there. There's our tunnel. Let's go further into the tunnel if you can follow it a little. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. And you can curve it around based on what you're seeing. Just kind of change the angle of the camera, curve the cable wherever you need it to go. If you need to hook it around a little bit, you can. Sometimes these go straight down. Sometimes they go at a 45-degree angle. As they go down into the nest, the tunnels can be in any direction. So
let's see. Oh, this guy.
Let's go all the way down that tunnel, see what you find.
Oh, come on.
There you go, that looks good.
I think you can see comb.
You see any comb yet?
Yeah, right at the edge.
All right, let's see if we can get further toward that. And it's a little hard to navigate figuring out what direction, but do your best to see what you can see. You see how they're attacking the light on the camera?
Yeah.
So as they clear out of the way, you'll be able to see a little bit further down. See how they respond to the probing though, which is good. It's bringing them up. Let's go deep down into the hole. That way more of them will try to climb up and it'll stimulate more of them to come out. You can wiggle it around in there and just kind of give it like you're stirring up a pot, and that way more of them come out. See how many we already have in the collection, Jeff? There's a good collection already in both bottles, so that's great. This will definitely be one of the bigger populations we've had. The reason for that is September and October, they tend to reach peak population. So we're getting into their peak months now. I'm going to make sure we've got enough batteries so we can quickly switch out for the Makita. What do you think of your first ground nest there, Braden?
Bit scared.
Interesting so far?
Yeah.
Good. All right, so let's take a look down in the hole here. Let's pull back a little bit, Katie. Yeah, there's still plenty of them coming up. So the probe's working. Just keep messing around with it. Let's let them hit the vacuum for a while. Get them kind of familiar with the mosquito. So Trey, why don't you take over the scope and we'll let Braden here use the Makita for a while.
Okay. Yeah, check it out.
They will latch on right here. What you see here is that they'll latch on with their mandibles like this, and then they'll just keep stinging with the other end. So that's what they like to do. It's starting to settle down. Let's give it a little bit more stomping. See if we can get everybody else out. If not, we'll start to dig. It looks like it's still active, but we're not getting the huge amount out anymore with the stops. So let's transition to dig. Let's give it a few seconds here just to let the vac pick up any of the foragers. There's still a good number of them coming out, but not as steady. Okay, good. Let's do a little bit more exploration over there. Okay, cool. So the other one was a fake out tree root, huh? Okay, let's take off this first layer of sod. There you go. There's our nest. So what we're doing here, Braden, is we're going to dig all the way around the cavity. You see where the cavity is? Yeah. They have that little cavity dug out all the way around. So we're going to try to dig out that whole cavity and leave the nest in one piece. And then when we're ready, we'll lift the whole nest out at once, put it in containment, try to find the queen. How's your suction, Katie? Okay. Shake your bottle occasionally just to loosen them up off of the suction holes inside. Not too bad.
Not need to be iPhone.
Braden, if you feel anything like similar to like a match too close to your skin, very briefly, that's usually what it feels like, just a slight burn. So just wherever it is, do one of these. Okay, if you feel that anywhere on your body, if you feel it inside a leg or inside a glove somewhere, crush right away. If you feel anything, even a sweat drip or an itch, it might be a wasp, just crush. Okay, that way it can't keep getting it. It looks great, man. It's a good sized nest in a big cavity. Okay, you want ready for some more side removal? Okay, here we go.
There it is. Yeah. Whoa. Big. All the way back here.
More?
Yep.
Okay.
Great.
Got about it?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to have Braden come around this side. I'll hold this for you. Okay. Go on the other side. Look at the cavity space. See how much cavity they dig around there?
Oh yeah, I see it.
It's really very, very extensive. All the way around it, they'll have a good inch or two of space.
Whoa.
You guys keep an eye out for a
I
queen.
got one.
What's that?
I got a queen.
Okay, great. You might have the queen or you might have a new queen. Either way, collect anything you see because any of them are going to be possibly the queen now. Any of the larger wasps. A queen will be about 5 times the size of these roof.
Okay.
We'll try to show you one if we capture it. They're much bigger, about that long.
Okay.
Can you remove that from the things? I can just rip it out.
Okay, let's put it right in here.
You want to make sure it's really
Lift the whole thing, put it right in. All right, let's deal with that down there first. See if we can find any queens. Here you can see where the interior wall of the paper is. Next time you see a queen, grab her and we'll show it to Braden.
Okay. I panic. I don't want her to go away.
I hear you. They will get away sometime. So here you see the inside paper that usually covers the nest.
Right there.
Grab her and pick it up, show her the size. Here's one of the queens. Oh. So you see the size difference. Let me grab her by the wing. So you see the size difference. Compare her to the worker over here. It's quite an obvious difference. And she's a little more orange colored.
Yeah.
That's part of the way you can tell they're queens. And there's so many in here because it's the time of year where all the reproductives are being created in the nest. So these are going to be the queens that would hibernate over winter. And they'll hibernate, and then next season in the spring, they're going to be the ones that create the next nest. All right, so
There are a lot. There's another queen.
yeah, capture every queen you find. We don't want any of them left in there. So typically what we're going to do is scoop them out like this. Like we grab that. And we're going to sift through the dirt trying to get the wasp out because they'll stick to your gloves where you can kind of get them off. We just want to separate them from the dirt.
Here's another bucket.
Great, thanks. I love that paper. You see this paper?
Yeah.
Each line on that paper is a different source of wood that they chewed up, mixed with their saliva, and built right across the nest. They build it one line at a time. So you have dark wood they worked on, you have lighter wood they worked on, you have kind of mid-range tones. All these are different wood sources.
And you see when we get down to this spring, they're not really flying much. They're maybe too new.
Yeah, a lot of the newest ones will not have the ability to fly quite yet. I love this paper. I'm going to try to keep it in one piece. So we just scoop them out, sort of sift them out so that we can separate the wasps, especially the queens. There's the queen right here. You see this queen?
Yeah.
See how different she looks? Here's another one. Grab her. How's your suction? You need to change bottles?
I think so.
Okay,
A lot.
let's change out. All right, so far so good. Oh. We'll change out the next one pretty soon here. In the meantime, just try to catch them a little bit at a time. Try not to suck up any debris.
Okay.
Mainly we want just the specimens, the wasps. Look for those big ones, Braden. The large queens, you see any of those? Get them sucked right up. Because we never quite know which one's going to be the founding queen. And we don't want her to stick around and rebuild a nest.
Oh,
Here's one. Let's get her. She'll walk up on me.
Why don't you put another one on?
Actually, let me show it to the camera quick. So what you see here is a queen, and if you compare her to the size of the workers, she's obviously quite a bit bigger. This little worker on my finger, compared to her, it's a big difference.
yeah, the small girls really do have a little trick.
No.
And you notice why we wear double gloves. You see how many of these are stuck on my glove, trying to sting through it. All right, looking good. Come on, queenies. Where are y'all? Good. All right, Braden, come around this side. I'll show you something else you should be aware of. You see how they're digging through these other holes?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
A little bit, yeah.
Look right in there so you can make sure you see what I'm seeing. Right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what they're doing is trying to escape. So what we do, when they're starting to go into other cavities, we dig them out to make sure there's nothing hidden. See this? There's another whole section here
Yeah.
of wasps. So what we're doing is kind of getting ahead of where they're headed. And we dig them out. And maybe another queen in there trying to escape. It might be the original founding queen. Here's another one. But it could be her that was digging down in there trying to get away. So let's capture her. This season in early fall is when nest populations start producing a lot of new queens for the next year. And that's what we're catching here, a lot of them. We try to capture all of these foragers, and the reason for that is we don't want the client to have to deal with them later,
Yeah.
because they're going to be hanging around for a few days. So you check the perimeter of the nest area just to make sure we haven't missed any of the cavities where they're trying to make new drawings. Feel around with your hand, make sure there's no like holes or tunnels that you can't see. It looks pretty good to me. I think we got most of what we need to get. Oh, here's a queen, let's grab her.
At the beginning of the summer, we were like, oh, there's the queen, the one queen.
Yeah, now it's harder to tell who's the real queen. The founding queen and who's the new queen. So far, so good. Just keep collecting everything you find. Every one of them, suck them up. Otherwise, we'll have to do it later. Yeah, I'll take that one and put it in the truck. It's like real cleanness, but
Whoa, what happened there?
Hey, Kane, do you want to get this one real quick?
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you.
Yep.
I have to say, I'm not as fond of the Yellowjackets as I am the Wasps. But I enjoy collecting the Yellowjackets.
normally when you get a kind of a good scoop of dirt, you sift it through your fingers, they'll start attaching to your fingers, and it's easier to find them. If you find any on me, Trey, just grab them and feed them right to the hose.
Alrighty.
Thanks. Alright, that looks pretty good. Once you get to the point where you got most of them collected, what you're going to do is start treating with the essential oils. And we spray all the way down into the cavity, cover the cavity with that just to block pheromone. And then we fill it with a little dirt. And then we spray it again, fill it with some more dirt, spray it again, so we go through that process.
Yeah, like layer it.
Yeah, until it's all the way layered up. Alright, made quick work of that, guys. Looks good. Okay, let's get some oils down in there. Okay, grab them and spray it. And as they find any more, okay, you just suck them up. Then we're going to get into the nest. And that's probably where we're going to find our founding queen. And probably a bunch more queens. I'm going to take this paper and preserve it. That's a beautiful example of this paper. It's a really good specimen to keep. So you can tell by looking at the paper what the species is. Okay. You see how it's all light brown tans, earth tones, right? All mostly in the light colors. Maculifrons is almost always that light tan color. If you get Germanica, those are the other Yellowjackets that usually live up in people's soffits and in their walls and stuff. They're invasive, Germans from overseas, from Europe, North Africa, and temperate Asia. They live in the cavity space of homes. They're going to have paper that's a little tougher and uses more sources, a lot more green in their paper, you know, typically, whereas more brown and tan in the Maculifrons. All right, so here's this sprayer. It's a new sprayer for us. I'm going to show you how to work with it. So we're now applying some essential oil while we refill the hole. And we're going to try to block their pheromone layer by layer as we refill it with dirt. And we're going to save the sod pieces on the top so we can both make the lawn look better when we're done, but also we're going to use the sod to hide the vacuum when we set up the trap hose. All right, that's good. Let's hit it with some more oil. All right, Trey, give it a good soak. Great. Give it again right in there. Break up those dirt clumps. We want it all pretty well saturated. Let's go. All right, let's hit it again. Great. All right, so now we're going to take our trap hose and we're going to bury it into where the location of their hole was. And we're simply going to simulate their hole with the hose. And that way, instinctually, when they come back to explore where their hole was, they'll go right in and they just suck themselves up.
This will be a little harder because it is really deep this time.
Yeah. But just do your best to put it where it was and then cover up the bottle a little bit at least. There you go.
Now we just want to work on the metal.
That looks pretty good.
You spray a little bit just right
Now,
there.
I'm going to get the hand rake and I'll show you how to make it look easy. All right, Katie, let's stand you up for a sec. Here's what I do after we do a line. Is you rake like this, it stands the grass back up, gets everything less matted, and it brings over all the dirt and gets it right in the hole. Okay, let's stop it there. I think we're pretty good. That looks pretty good. All right, Trey, we're going to have you hit all the way around here. Try not to get into the hole. Keep it pretty straight because all this stuff that's got the fair amount in the paper, we want to kind of give that a little saturating right around here. All the way up to here. That's good. Okay. So let's everybody step back. We'll remove some equipment and we'll let them start collecting themselves.
My hands are soaked through with flowboard.
Delicious.
See how they come right back?
So now they're coming back to where they believe their house is. Let's cap off. You got a cap?
I do.
Okay, so we're going to open this up. We're going to gently separate the layers of brood comb. We're looking for queens that we're going to focus on the most. But anything flying, anything walking, we're going to suck up. We're going to try not to beat the comb up too much with the vacuum. Just try to focus on the specimens, okay? Here we go. So let's start plucking them up here as they come out. You catch any on, you just feed it right to it. It's a beautiful looking nest. Good job, guys. That's awesome. That's a good sized nest. So as you catch them here, just feed them in. So I'm going to show you a male. These are males. They don't have stingers. They have very long antennae. That's how you can tell the difference. They have one segment longer on the body, and they have long floppy antennae compared to the others. Those are the males. That's this guy here. If you look at them, they can fly, but they can't sting. They don't have stingers because they have no venom sac. But if you look at them, they're bigger and floppier looking than your little guys. This is a female worker here, by comparison.
So I can just put this on the tag and start.
Yep, you can just start going for it.
looking at. Look at that.
So looking for queens especially. And just pick them right up and hand them to the vac. I'm not sure we have enough pressure there.
Do you need a new battery?
Maybe.
Well, we might need a new bottle.
Yeah, that one could be. It's a little light. Okay, I've got it closed up. Okay, hold up a sec, Joe.
Oh, there we go.
That sounds better. Okay, so let's go ahead and lift each layer up and let him kind of get access to it by handing it up to him. I'm going to let Katie take that over while I'm shooting. If you see any queens, let us know what you see, and I'll get a good shot of it.
Yeah, it is.
Yep, there's a queen right there. You see how she's a little bigger and orange compared to the others? Make sure you get each one of those and put them right in.
Yeah, that's just a male. Next layer.
So the team is separating the layers of comb, and while we do this, we're looking for queens, and we're looking for any flying wasp that we can get collected. You can just pick it right up if you have to, so you can reach it.
Another queen.
Okay, grab her. There you go. How many layers do you have in that nest altogether?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 layers?
Maybe 7. I almost say 6.
Okay. So when you find the queen comb, the big large cells, show them to Braden so he can get a comparison between worker cell and queen
I
cell.
think it's just this and this, right? These are
Here you go.
huge.
You see these big large larvae and the big large cells compared to the little ones? These are the reproductive queens for next season that they're starting to build.
Oh.
And they're quite different in size. So you can usually see them pretty readily. And the larvae for queens are actually quite a bit longer and more robust than the little workers, the little worker larvae. Is that another queen?
Mm-hmm.
Great. So if you look at these, I'm going to show you the males. This is a female worker, and this is a male. You see the difference in the antenna?
Yeah.
The length of the antenna? Short worker, long male. You can tell the difference. They have a longer body, they have longer antenna. And just to reiterate, the males have no stingers at all because they have no venom sac. And all of this brood comb, the white part here you see, those are silk caps woven by the larvae themselves when they go into pupation. They'll stay in there for 2-3 weeks, and when they come out, they will be adult wasps. They'll chew their way out of that silk cap. It's basically their own little cocoon. And that's what the white silk caps are. The others are just the young larvae that haven't they haven't woven their silk cap yet. Here's a queen. Where'd she go? I missed her.
Oh, okay.
You see her? Can you grab her? There she goes. Okay, let's do this next layer. Here's the very first part of this nest. It started with this layer. So we're gonna break that open now. There's usually a lot of nooks and crannies around it where they'll hide. Like that paper. But here's the last layer. And that was the first layer built. And that's see how small the worker combs are back then? Yeah. And you compare them to the newest of the queen combs, there's a big difference. And we're collecting everything just to be efficient, but in the Venom Immunotherapy world, they cannot use males. So they will separate the males before sending them to the lab. Try to capture everything moving. And once we get that done, we can close it up again. And sometimes that means just handing them to the hose. Especially the little females that are trying to sting. Meanwhile, Braden, if you look over here, you see how they're still hovering? Yeah. But they're fewer and fewer because more and more of them are getting sucked up over there. I'm going to run over and check the other nest real quick. Give me a quick spread. Their returnees will probably be active by now.
All right. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and contact Mary and show her the nest. Would you please lay out all of the combs so we get a good shot of that?
Sure.
Thanks.
I might just be doing some of up against this.
Yeah, it's so big.
That's fine, yeah. Let me come over like that so you can see everything. Okay.
Oh, there's some on the back side that's the back.
So just keep collecting as many as you can from the bin, and those that escape will end up over here. How's our suction here? guys. Sounds good. Thanks. September 21st, 2023. The team today, Katie and Braden and Trey, they took care of a ground nest today. As you can see here, the collection is quite significant. We have another one around the corner still being operated by the vacuum that's even more than this one, but it was a good collection. Let's get a good close look at these. Yeah, as you can see, very large population here. We have a third that's probably equally full by now that's being collected, so very good population here. Let's turn that around a little bit so we can see it. Yeah, that's a good sized nest. They're getting to be at peak population now. Large nest, as you can see here. 6 layer, did we count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layer altogether, including a queen layer. So good job, guys. Well done. I appreciate it. So at this point, we are now just standing by with a slightly disguised vacuum, and we're just letting the foragers return, looking for their nest hole, and they will suck themselves up by exploring this vacuum hole. September 21st, 2023, large Vespula Maculifrons nest taken out of the ground locally here. A 7-layer nest. We're getting to peak point in the season. September, October is when the nests start to get pretty large. A lot of pupae in there. Would have got quite a bit larger. Still a lot of workers. Plenty of queens and males being born now. And a large population of adult foragers that we've now collected. So now we're going to take this nest and put it inside a paper bag where we're going to allow it to pupate out. So we take each layer of comb and we just lay it down in the bag. There's a big queen layer. Big queen cells and queen larvae. One's pupating out just fine. We'll take the extra paper shreds and we'll dump them right in. So they'll use that little pile of paper and whatnot to rebuild some paper on this maybe. So once it's in the bag, we just close up the bag and put a little hole in the corner so they have a way to get in and out. And then we set it over here with our brood comb collection, which has currently been beat up by raccoons. The coons came over here, tore it up pretty good, stuck their arm right in here, right in through the hole, and dug out all the comb. So let's see what's left of this one. Yeah, we had a good collection going in here, but now it's pretty well beat up. But there's still a few left alive in here. Still some hanging around, even though the coons wrecked most of it. So we'll put this bag that we're putting together now, and we'll protect it. Let's see how this one looks. So if you give enough time, they'll actually rebuild all the paper on the nest like this one did. And this one's just about done for the season. Not much left alive in there, but as you can see, they completely rebuilt it. It used to look like that, where it was just comb. It didn't have anything but comb layers in it, just like that. And then they went and rebuilt it like this. So that's what we always hope they'll do with this type of bag arrangement. And the ones we have in here are the same. You know, there's a few bags filled with brood, and they're protected from the raccoons inside one of these old coon cages. And hopefully they're still developing in there. That's it for today's video. We appreciate you being here with us today. If you enjoyed the show, as always, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Get the word out about this channel so we can continue to bring you wasp-related content all season and beyond. Take care. Have a good one.